The Marauder class in Century Age of Ashes has led to some of the most fun games I've played, but it can be difficult to get value out of the class. By the end of this video, you should know all the strengths and weaknesses that make Marauders so fun to play. My name is Dusty and I'm back after a break with my guide to playing the Marauder class in Century Age of Ashes. As always, before we get into how to play the class, we need to break down the Marauder's kit and how each of the individual components work. First off, they have a maximum HP of 5 bars, which are 25 HP each, the most among the 3 classes currently available on launch. Now let's break down all the abilities. The passive ability, Relentless Predator, will refresh all the Marauder's abilities anytime you secure an elimination or an assist on an enemy or a gold carrier. This passive is fantastic at allowing you to play at a high pace with a lot of action, which is why I've been loving playing this class recently. This passive also works while the rage is active, extending the duration of your rage for every elimination or assist while active. Frostbolts are a group of 3 projectiles that are very similar to fireballs. They have a 15-second cooldown and deal around 50 damage to shields if they all connect, removing 2 full bars of shields, or up to 24 damage to health, about 1 bar, with the addition of a slow debuff that lasts around 6 seconds. Initially, it might look like these are best used against shields, but the slow debuff makes it extremely difficult to dodge and is potent enough that it is usually going to lead to elimination. You can basically treat this ability as an additional fireball charge that can be used for increased burst damage and enable more follow-up damage with the slow ability. I find that against lower HP opponents, such as Phantom players, I like to use the Frostbolts on the shields so that I can quickly follow up with fireballs and flame breath to instantly remove the remaining health. But against larger health pools such as enemy Marauders, the lasting effect of the slow debuff gives me more value over the duration of the fight than just a little extra damage at the start of it. This is the ability you want to take if you are confident in being able to survive without assistance and just want another offensive tool. Gust is a defensive ability that allows you to instantly delete all fireballs that are currently tracking you. It also refills 1 diamond of stamina for every fireball that is absorbed. It also makes you untargetable for half a second as well. Another function that was added in a post-release patch is the ability to clear smoke trails in a 550 meter radius around the user. Gust comes with 2 charges and a 25-second cooldown for each one, but remember that securing eliminations can also replenish a charge due to the Marauder's passive ability. I like to bait in as many fireballs as possible before activating my Gust so that I can get the maximum value out of it. Removing multiple fireballs and replenishing multiple stamina charges is often enough to let you reposition on your opponents and get the upper hand, especially if you've baited them away from other stamina sources. It can often leave them lost and confused for an easy elimination. In my opinion, I think Gust is the stronger of the 2 ability choices, but I actually prefer playing with Frostbolts. Find what is comfortable for your playstyle and have some fun with it. Hunter's Mark fires a tracking bolt that behaves just like a regular fireball, without dealing any damage. Instead, when it hits a target, your heads-up display will change to reflect that you're now tracking that enemy. You may only lock on to the track target, but you will have infinite fireballs that have increased knockback and reduced damage, doing 20 HP per hit. Hunter's Mark will last for around 16 seconds with a 15-second cooldown that starts after the tracking ends. If your target is no longer who you want to attack, you can always press that power key again to cancel your Hunter's Mark and begin the cooldown. Once your rage meter has been filled, the Marauder's power is upgraded to Hunter's Fury. This rage applies the Hunter's Mark to every enemy, giving you all the benefits of Hunter's Mark without one of the largest drawbacks, which is only being able to target one enemy. It has the same base duration as Hunter's Mark, but each elimination will reset the duration timer, meaning you can theoretically keep it active permanently. I do think that Hunter's Fury is the least impactful rage in the game, but when used at the right time it can be a great tool to quickly chain together a few kills. Hopefully by now you might have some idea of which Marauder build is more your style, but let's cover some of the strengths and weaknesses in a little more depth now that we understand all of the abilities. As an example, in Spoils of War, Gust is a great pick that can let you deposit gold safely, while Frostbolts are fantastic at breaking shields and allowing you to deal that health damage that causes enemies to drop their loot. Both are definitely viable, but will follow 2 very different playstyles across all modes. In Gates of Fire, I like to follow my flag carrier closely and using my body and Gust ability to stop enemies from getting to the carrier. On the other hand, Frostbolts as well as the knockback from Hunter's Mark fireballs are great at disrupting enemy objective carriers. Remember, the Marauder's passive can let you regenerate your abilities from eliminating the gold carriers as well as the enemies. In essence, the Frost build gives you greater offensive potential, but you need to play safer and be very aware of your positioning, your stamina, and health resources, since your only escape option is your own movement. Whereas Gust enables you to play in more precarious positions and bait your enemies into making mistakes that you can exploit. Marauder is a powerful class with very different but very fun playstyles. I hope you found this guide helpful and have some fun playing this class. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below or come find me in my Discord server, link in the description. Make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with the latest Sentry guides and other content. That's all for now. I hope you enjoyed. I'm glad to be back and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. Later!